listen, I think second to Frank Sinatra, you might be the most famous person out of Hoboken with the story that you've experienced there. Kevin, what made you finally decide to go to the doctor?
Well, unfortunately, 2 years before that, I had open heart surgery, so I was tending to go to the doctor on a fairly regular basis. I would have 6-month meetings with my cardiologist. And it was the cardiologist who said after the open heart surgery, why don't you lose some weight, make it easier on the valve, make it easier on yourself, be a little healthier, and see if you can get down to 200 pounds.
But were there no scans? Why was it being missed for that length of time?
Men of my age, women of my age, we lose testosterone, women lose estrogen. You can read every book in the world that will tell you that we start to gain a little bit more weight, and you tend to gain weight more in the middle than anywhere else. And when you do check it, this tumor is, actually 90–95% fat. So if you're tapping on a belly, you just think like you're like everybody else. Look around, everybody kind of looks that way at that age.
So you're again thinking this is just an average thing. We actually have a picture of the CT scan that shows the tumor. It got to the point where it was pushing on your organs around your body. What was life like for you? I mean, were you in pain?
I guess that's what we call the miracle about it, is that many people do get these tumors, and they get to be about 3, 4, 5 pounds, and they usually cause a problem. They cause a bowel obstruction. They lean on a kidney. They do something that tends to cause you to run to the doctor from discomfort. And they spot it and they take it out simply enough. The miracle here is they never have seen one get to this size without any discomfort to me. And as you can see from the CAT scan, my organs are everywhere but where they belong.
Let me tell you, it's fascinating for so many reasons. Now, was it cancerous?
Yes, but in a safe way. So it's a low-grade liposarcoma is the technical name for it. And the treatment, fortunately, is removal, but proper removal where it has to be taken out intact and all the blood supplies and everything disconnected properly. So it's cancerous, but it's encapsulated. So if you think of a watermelon and it has a shell around it that keeps everything inside, and inside the red is all fat and the seeds are all cancer. And as long as you don't cut through the watermelon, the seeds can't get out and you're fine. No chemo, no radiation, but that's the exposure.
Yeah, so yours was removed intact.
Yes, completely intact.
Your wife gives credit for this medical miracle to Pope Francis.
Yes, my wife and I got married in Rome, Italy in 2014. And we had gotten married by our priest, our Monsignor, who we brought from New Jersey to Rome. He got us as a gift 2 tickets to the weekly Wednesday meeting with the Pope. But what we didn't know is that he got us special new spouse tickets. There you sit on the stage. And what we also didn't know is after the 3,000 people in the seats leave, all the new spouses get greeted by the Pope on the steps of St. Peter.
Aww.
Yeah, and he had told me right before we were going to do it that the Pope buys his clothes in one store behind the Pantheon. And he's never seen it done, but there's a tradition that if you buy a zucchetto, which is that white skull cap, a brand new one from that store, sometimes in the past, popes have exchanged their skull caps. So I took a chance, bought a new one, presented it in a box, and by the grace of God, he exchanged.
Well, look at you. That is powerful.
Yeah.
And I know your wife points to that. Not only is it a special moment that day, but when you were in those 6 hours of surgery, something that she held on to for comfort. Well, thank you, Kevin, for sharing your emotional story. It is remarkable, and we're just so happy that you've recovered and you're able to share your experience with us. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks. My pleasure. Very happy to be here.